Well, hello, how are we doing? Hey, Jess Screamer. Thanks for stopping in. I see you're heading out here in a little bit. That's alright. Kind of an odd kind of streaming time for me as well, so... I was going to capture some game footage, and I thought, you know what? Why not do this live? Oh yeah. Just letting some other people know that I'm streaming right now. I will say, how's your Wednesday going? It's still got the same music for Tetris in this? Ah, it's weird to hear it generated with the Super Nintendo instead. Where's my link? There we go. Oh no, it's supposed to be able to paste. Smart, yeah. Not bad, just did your workout. You know what, I was actually moving around a little bit as well. There we go. Now that we let the masses know that I'm out here. Oh yeah, were you doing VR? Was competing online at the expert level and did pretty well. I did some walking last night and I did realize that the Canadian wildfire smog is no joke. Apparently that is something that's been affecting me. But I was outside for a walk yesterday. My watch let me know, hey, your blood oxygen level is indicating you have low cardio fitness. I'm like, well, I'm trying. Alright, so when I last did this, I did the mixed match. I'm just going to do one at a time and then do both. I thought it was smart that they actually put these two together, but I had no idea this version of Tetris existed until I was collecting. Oh, this is different. Oh, okay. I do like this song. Yeah, the smog also. It's terrible, isn't it? I've been making some light jokes about it. Excuse me, not that I should. But, yeah, I've been kind of... It is. Okay, so these are all the three same ones. I like this one. Yeah, that seems a little grating. I'm gonna do this one. This is more background music. Let's see if I can beat Howard. Can you guys visibly see it from where you're at, Jet Screamer? Because we've been having the alerts go off here from the weather thing saying that the air quality is going to be bad, but I actually haven't been able to see it visibly until this week. I'm sure somebody else smarter than me can be like, oh yeah, I can kind of tell. But there's a difference between, I guess, oh darn it, low-hanging humidity and that smog, and today you can definitely tell it's the smog. Somebody looking at this in future generations will be like, what are they talking about? Wildfire smogs. Why is this guy sitting in his house that has electricity when I'm currently traveling the desert wasteland that used to be known as the United States? Can't see it today. Yeah, it's yesterday and today. We got a little bit of rain, which I thought would help, but it kind of didn't make too much of an impact. Hoping I can get a Tetris in here. Oh, but I just realized it doesn't matter. So we have that bottom one there. There we go. Why do I get cocky and do that? Blood oxygen went down. Yeah, that's kind of where mine was. Not to 90. It wasn't that bad. But that's borderline. What do they call it when you can't get enough oxygen? Hypoxic. You don't need to tell me if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, but yeah, it's... I've been checking out on my mom because she's older and she has a breathing condition, so... Technically speaking, I have one as well, but mine is sleep apnea, so... As long as I get a good night's sleep, it doesn't usually affect me. Okay, oh darn, I still can't get a Tetris. So I guess I should ask you, said you're gonna head out in a bit, where are you heading to? Do you have work or are you doing something for fun? I'm gonna be honest, I felt really, there's a few times where you know you're doing something and you don't know you're doing it wrong for so long, and then you're like, oh no, when you realize I've been doing this wrong with confidence for so long. I just finished about 65 hours in Tears of the Kingdom. And I kid you not when I say I just today discovered the ability to auto-build. That's what I get for skipping around the dungeon area. The underworld, I guess I'm calling it. Asthma, yeah. So that's one too. I've been checking. Oh, I should check in with my niece. I checked in with my mom, and I'm like, my niece has asthma, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't even think about it. I haven't heard from her, but I wouldn't hear from her either way. I always have to ask her. I'm like, hey, how are things going? You still alive over there? She'll be like, yep. I'm like, all right, good talking. She's usually better than that, but I know how we all get in our lives and we get busy with other stuff. I am doing terrible at this. What is my deal? Probably because I'm talking while I'm doing it. But no joke, this has been half of the stay-at-home order was this for me. Sitting on the couch, the Game Boy version of this game, and just knocking it out. I finally was able to get over 100,000 points. I don't know if I'm going to top 10,000 now. Which, if you do get over 100,000 points, after you die, there was like a rocket ship that would launch. I don't know if that's in this version. So this looks like the NES version, but plays like the Game Boy version. I like it. Why isn't this on Virtual Console? This would be great to have around, or is it? Or are kids today like, I don't like Tetris, it's too hard. I say either way, I'm not going to be happy with where I put that. I'm still not happy with where I put it. Either random glitches glitched out a little bit. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna have to pause for a second. You have this Persian rug that's supposedly worth a lot of money. You paid 30 bucks for it. That's awesome. Did you find that at like a thrift sale, garage sale, something like that? Need to be cleaned pretty bad. Been looking for a carpet shampoo. Be careful, because I know sometimes you can, especially if it's older. You do that. Finally found an industrial one that gets rented out for $39. I was just about to say, I went to my local hardware store and rented one for down here. I had a sewer backup that was kind of my fault. Kind of the city's fault, actually. Their sewer line had collapsed and nobody knew about it. We didn't know that at the time my sewage was backing up. I just kind of let them know. I'm like, hey, there is no problem with my sewer line, and I have sewage backing up in my house. Because they snaked my drain with a camera, and we checked out the entire line. We're like, my line is fine. What's going on is probably backup from the city. And then the city told me there was no blockage they could see, and then like 6 months later I got a notice saying there's going to be maintenance on my sewer line because part of it is collapsed, the city side was, and they had to fix it. And then when I saw where they fixed it, it's literally like less than 100 feet from my house is where it was collapsed, so... I heard unofficially that somebody had flushed something that they shouldn't have. However, I did notice there's an industrial business near me, and that's where sometimes trucks like to park. And I have I'm very curious if somehow that section of the road is not... I might have to start this all over. I can pull this out. Let's see. Maybe I can't. This game keeps giving me the same pieces over and over again. I'm not liking it. Like 4 or 5 of those in a row? That's awesome. I'm gonna get 5 of those in a row? No, because that would have helped me. Alright. Gonna knock that out. I'm getting bad and worse choices here. For fixing all of it. That did it. Oh no, it's $30 to keep. Okay. Oh, $30 to keep. So it used to be rented. One that usually gets rented out. I missed that. Congratulations, level 5. Oh, I got a high score. Look at that choppy animation. Lack of punctuation made it different. No, that's alright. It wouldn't have helped anyway. I don't read punctuation. Alright, we're gonna try this again, obviously, because that was just pathetic. I need to make it at least to 20,000. Alright, let's get some space built up here. Can you imagine at one point in time, didn't they ban this game on military bases? I don't know if that was a rumor or if that actually happened. Because somebody thought it was a Russian ploy to distract our soldiers by making this game as addictive as possible. Pretty sure there was a Star Trek episode that was, like, based on the addictiveness of Tetris as well. And the bad news is, I don't know if my setup is introducing any sort of delay, which I admit I've never noticed before, if my setup is, but I have the RetroTink that is upscaling, which is going to introduce a somewhat delay. There's no getting around that, because it's processing the image before it throws it out. It's a very short delay, but it's there. This game is going to emphasize that point, because this is one where you really need quick reflexes to... Alright, I think... Nope, it's still not going to let me. Alright. I keep trying to get a Tetris, so... Yep. Technically, this is my last week of vacation. I have been out since... middle of last week. Although I've been kind of off and on through that time. I'm used to just getting, like, a chunk of time off right in a row. I usually wait until the very last moment that I can take my vacation time to do it. Because if I ever need to take my vacation time throughout the year, I'd like to have that flexibility. But I think this is the first year since I started I won't be able to use all my vacation time. That's saying something, because even during the pandemic, I took all my vacation time. I think we can get... I don't think it's going to let me do what I want to do with that, so... Like I said, why are these... Oh, they all change colors. I'm not used to them changing colors at all, because I'm used to the Game Boy version. There we go. That's what I tried to do earlier, and for some reason I kept screwing up. Or if I just need a warm-up round every time. So you have to remind me, if you're still there, Jet Screamer, have you played Tears of the Kingdom at all? I can never remember what consoles everyone has until they remind me. I always tell people you should be considered fortunate that I remember that you guys have attended my stream before. It's just, I'm terrible with that kind of stuff. I'm good with faces, not as good with names, and this is all about names. If you ever change your icon image, which has happened to a couple people, they get all offended when I don't... Oh, here we go! I wonder what the sound is like. I don't remember what it is in this game, so we're going to see a Tetris here in a second. Here we go. Ooh, that is satisfying. Well, at least I have a Tetris recorded on capture. That might be the only one. No, looks like we're gonna get another one here. Oh, 2 in a row? Tetris Effect is awesome on VR. I played it on PSVR. It's also very low lag. That is satisfying. I really like it on the Game Boy because it slows the system down so much it makes it feel like that you've almost broken the game. That you did a move so well the game can't handle it. It's a great feeling on the Game Boy. We can try. Don't think it's gonna happen, but... Well, what do you know? We're gonna get 3 in a row. Know your friends play Tears of the Kingdom now? Watched about 10 hours of gameplay? That's a lot. And I'll say this. How far did they get in that 10 hours? That's a very slow-moving game for me in terms of making progress. Like, I just explore. That's what I mostly do in that game. And hence why... And I usually go off the beaten path, which is why it took me 60-some-odd hours to figure out, oh, there's an auto-build ability. It's something you're supposed to get at the beginning of the game if you just follow along with what the game wants you to do. But I didn't do that. Instead, I fumbled around like an idiot. Well, honestly, I didn't even know that would be an ability that Nintendo would give you. That's partially why I don't like crafting in the game. Okay, I was gonna say I'm not... Oh no, I don't have the... Oh, good. I'm getting a lot of Tetris on this one. There's 20,000. Now I'm gonna have to start creating some gaps. I don't like where this is going. But it worked out. Okay. I did that backwards from what I wanted to do. And I usually do that, but it's usually farther down the line. At least I'm making it a lot farther than I did the first time. I have no idea. Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm just saying, did they ever encounter a boss in that time frame? There you go. That's a good way of seeing progress. I just actually now figured out too, I've defeated 2 of the boss. I've only done like 2 of the what they call regional phenomena quests, which are like the main quests you're supposed to do in there. I did the wind temple and the water temple. Yeah, that'll be alright. Well, I don't like this, because that locks me into whatever pieces I want to put in there. Can I do it? I don't want to. One, maybe 2. Okay, so that's actually not bad progress. That's faster than what I've been doing. It probably took me about 20 hours to defeat a single boss, just to get to the point where I could. Okay, I'm going to try for another Tetris. We'll see. Yep, I can do it. I'm on fire this round. It's gonna... Yep, I was gonna say, I don't think it's gonna happen. I should have been more patient. That locks into whatever piece I can put in there. With how much Rubik's Cubes kind of made a comeback with kids trying to solve them, I'm very surprised the game Tetris didn't come back with that same effect. And people trying to see how high a score can you actually get in Tetris. Or maybe it did and I'm just out of touch. Oh, another one. Now we're going to start seeing some... Now we're going to see the next mistake's going to be a game ender. Almost happened right there. Not quite a Tetris, but close. This is a game, though, that does work better portably. Although I'm not going to say it works better with a screen where you can barely see what's going on. Like Nintendo apparently thought. Oh, I don't like that either. That could be it. I think that's a game ender. Possibly. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a really big mistake. What? It wouldn't let me... It wouldn't let me twist the piece. Did it think it was stuck? It should have been able to twist. I could have got another line down. 60,000 that time. The Rubik's Cube is back? Yeah, to an extent. I think now it's reserved now to what I would call the nerd culture. Not the geek culture, which is more trending, the nerd culture. But yeah, I still see kids with them every once in a while. It's like a specific age group, and I'm not quite sure where. It starts somewhere around the middle school age, and the nerds are really into it in high school. But yeah, they used to watch like Rubik's Cubes videos, and then there's still kind of some kids who are like, I can solve one in like 15 moves blindfolded or something like that. So I mean, it's... Oh, it's a different spinning piece this time. So the good news is, I have successfully completed... I like that. We're definitely not doing this one again. How do I get out? Do I have to restart the game? I think I do. So that was Tetris. Now we're going to do Dr. Mario, which is also on this one. You can solve them, but it can take up to an hour. I don't think I've ever successfully solved one. We used to try at like Christmas to like group solve it. That never works. That's the same music. I used to be a lot better at Dr. Mario too. Seeing two games on one cartridge was kind of like a, whoa, how did they do that back in the day, wasn't it? Don't even get me started about Mario All-Stars. And by the way, I sincerely doubt that Mario... maybe that's the reason why Mario was working so hard as a plumber. He was putting himself through medical school, and now he's Dr. Mario. Although, spoiler alert, Dr. Mario's not that good of a doctor, he overprescribes his meds. I do like Chill better than Fever. But that's the one I'm choosing. Apparently I just wanted to listen to it. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that organ sound. What is that sound they're using? It sounds like a squeaker toy that I would tease my dog with. Nintendo, and some composer at Nintendo was like, you know what that sounds like to me? Music to my ears. That part sounds fine. But then they put in that organ. That just sounds... That's nails on a chalkboard to me. I'm sorry. I've got to start that over. I can't stand that. Sorry. That is terrible. That is terrible music. I like that song. It sounds a lot better on the Game Boy. Alright, we're definitely going to try Dr. Mario this time. And we're going to do the chill. Oh, otherwise I'm going to have to turn the music off, which will be very depressing. Okay, not too bad. I don't like how they have like a little telegraph going in this one, but... Organ doesn't sound too bad. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. They didn't really change much, they just updated the graphics on this. I thought they were going to try to do something with it like they did with Dr. Mario 64. But not quite. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Took my hand off the controller for too long. Got the same sound, I like that. And now see, we just got rid of our last blue enemy. Dr. Mario is going to keep prescribing medicine for the blue enemy. Just you watch. See? And only for the blue enemy. I told you. Terrible doctor. You talk about the overprescription of antibiotics. This is where it all started. In medical school, they watch this as an example of what not to do. But wait, eventually if you overprescribe enough meds, they cancel out. Mario was the original pill-popping doctor. Take that, Dr. House. And yes, I only said that because I'm not currently rewatching, but every once in a while I like to rewatch some Dr. House episodes. This song is much more tolerable than the other one. I like the other song on the Game Boy version, it's just butchered on this one. I don't really like the record screeching sound that they added in. When did this game come out? Because this is kind of like what the trending in gaming music was back then. They used to, what'd they call it? An atmospheric soundtrack? It was like, they used natural sounds to try to make music. Crash Bandicoot's score was originally supposed to be that, but... I'm not... Yeah, too late. And parts of Donkey Kong Country's soundtrack was like that. No good option. I'm wondering if that's what they were trying to do with this soundtrack, and that's why it sounds so terrible. Because this one does not need an atmospheric soundtrack. If that's what that's called, if I'm using that term right. It just needs music you can listen to over and over again for hours because you're going to be playing the same thing over and over again. Hey Chris, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Have to get rid of that. Oh, this is the farthest we've gotten along on this track. Alright. For some reason, I just gotta get rid of that tower of yellow. Interesting choice. This is my favorite part of the original song, too. I should crank that up so you guys can hear it. You're gonna like this song, but then by the time I get to level, like, 10, you guys are gonna be like, alright, I'm tired of hearing the same music. Why aren't we playing something else? Oh, why did I do that? Wasn't using the old noggin. That's not gonna work either. Why am I doing this? So I can do this. This is what I should have done when I had the chance. Why I did it now makes absolutely no sense, but that's why I'm doing it. Oh. That was way too early. Going from behind. I don't have any blue exposed, so we're gonna have to do that. I heard a slight pause before this. Yep. Oh no. I'm creating a disaster zone up there. Alright, let's get rid of that. That will help. But it's still going to be a pain to get rid of that mistake. Actually, not too bad. Mario's a drug addict. Here, take out the pills. They will solve all your problems. I got blue pills. I've got red pills. The snozberries taste like snozberries. There we go. This is only level 4, by the way. It feels like it's taken me a while to get through this one. A couple of mistakes that could have been easily avoided had I not been talking, but whatever. But this game was meant to be... Oh, there's a good one. Has anyone done a speed run of Dr. Mario? I just thought about that. That's gotta be frustrating as all get out, because the pills are random. How do you do a speed run of Dr. Mario? And secondly, why does one do a speedrun of Dr. Mario? These just happen to be working out. I'm not even thinking about the moves I'm doing. And I should be. Get rid of it. There is another one another move if you get 3 in a row, and I haven't had an opportunity to get 3 in a row yet. At least not that I've seen. Clever girl. Alright, I think it's time to put these guys out of their misery. Now, if I can do this correctly... Are these the pills that Morpheus tried to give Neo? Take the blue pill. I forgot which one. Yeah, take the blue pill, you wake up tomorrow like it was a dream. You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. What I'm saying is, the Matrix ripped off Mario, Dr. Mario, and nothing else. Why is it I'm having no problem talking about a simple game like Dr. Mario and comparing it to things that are much more deeply involved and put out? What would Dr. Mario... Oh, that was a red pill. Yeah, like I said, I'm not even paying attention now. What would be a good plot line for Dr. Mario? There we go. I wonder how much Mario's malpractice insurance is. Isn't that a law? Every doctor has to have a certain amount of malpractice insurance for when they screw up. And also, too, Mario's the one prescribing, but I guess in this case I'm the pharmacist. And I know I'm not licensed, so technically Mario's helping me break the law right now. And that I am not a fan of that. That's like mob mentality. Now I'm indebted to Mario because he forced me into practicing pharmacy law, or being a pharmacy technician, without a valid license, without even knowing it. So he'll spill the beans on me if I don't cooperate with him. And that's why you can say, trust me, I'm a doctor. Then a plot twist, it turns out Mario's not even a real doctor. Got the hang longer than I expected. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Enjoying my leveling fan theories about why all of a sudden Mario became a doctor. You realize that when they made this game, Shigeru Miyamoto or somebody at Nintendo came up with a whole plot line as to why this is happening in canon, right? Hey, you too, Jess Streamer. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and if I'm still streaming when you have time, should make it back here. Oh, there's no good choices for that one. And I didn't make a good choice there either, because I could have just easily killed both of them. Why didn't I think to stream this during the pandemic? Maybe I did. Now that I think about it, I think I did at one point. It didn't go very well. I was probably frustrated. Know what you're thinking, why, oh why didn't I take the red pill? Of all the references they made in the new Mario movie, I'm very shocked. Unless I missed it, I don't think Dr. Mario was one. Hopefully that actually went. I didn't actually look to see if my mute button was working. Hey, it is working. I need to move that over so I can click it and still keep playing. Or, I've seen a foot pedal I can use as well. But I did think to myself, that just seems a little, over the top. I'm not playing a musical instrument here. I'll put that. Good choices for this one, yeah. Oh no, I did that backwards. I don't like this pill at all. I'm just gonna do that. And so Mario's gonna give me another one. Why not? Yep, now I don't need any more blue pills, and he's just gonna keep giving them to me. I'm gonna do that because I want to see where this goes. Yes, that's right. That was a dumb mistake. Luckily, I don't have to live with that one for long. Longer than I want to, but we'll get there. Ah! Keep messing up. That's what I wanted to see. Nice. In progress. Not as nice. still not as nice. There it is. Better at this than I am at Tetris. And as soon as I say that, I have to do something that is not as good. Ooh, even worse. Where this is going. Oh, this is going to be all three? Nope. Didn't have enough for three. Oh my goodness. That's not good at all. Oh, I think this might do three? Nope. This'll do three. No, it didn't. Need to quit calling my shots because I'm not good at it. Well, I clicked that too many times too quickly. There it is. Work out at all. See if we can make that work. And it did. Nice. Interesting that I didn't take all of them, but okay. Perfect. Oh, I didn't take that one with it. I thought it would. Hey, David, welcome to the stream. Yes, I am definitely a fan of this soundtrack. Although I was being a little critical of it earlier. So all you need is just a little beat just to keep you going. And listen to it over and over and over again. Oh, that was not a smart move. Let's see, what am I trying to do? Oh, we're making some headway. How's your reaping going? There's a reason sometimes for the things that I do, other times I don't know. Working hard and playing harder? That's a good saying. I've been working less hard, been on vacation a little bit. Hence why I'm streaming at an earlier time than I usually do. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So I'll ask what you've been playing. I talked a little bit about playing some Tears of the Kingdom, which has been occupying a lot of my spare time lately. And it took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to figure out that there's an auto-build ability. I got 60 hours in and then finally found it. Mario needs to calm down. Surprised by my timing as well. Glad to hear I'm doing well. Oh, that's great to hear. Great of you to notice is what I'll say, yes. I know for a while I was talking about, like, slowing things down on the channel a little bit, but instead I just kind of went the exact opposite way with it. What's great about the timing is that the my area has been inundated with a lot of smog from the Canadian wildfires. So again, we're being advised to stay indoors, and I mean, you don't have to tell me twice, so I'll stay indoors. Get some quality gaming time in. Through there. Yeah, I have some, but we don't have any available. There we go. Oh, you've been playing A Journey to Silius? Or Celius? Determined? Yeah, that's a tough game to get through. I don't know if I've actually ever beat that game, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think about myself. I think maybe I have with cheats, but even with cheats, that game still has some difficult sections. I know when I first found that game, it was at a thrift store, and I was just like, I just saw the cover, I saw the name, and I'm like, I've never heard of this game, I have no idea what it is. And when I picked it up, I was pleasantly surprised. And now it seems like a lot of people have heard of it because it's on the... Are you playing it on original hardware on the NES, or are you playing it on the Switch? I mean, I think it's good it's out on the Switch, it makes it more accessible. It was one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put this game nobody's heard about, and then Nintendo adds it to their online service like 2 seconds later. Or maybe I just discovered it after the fact. OG for you, that's awesome. I was gonna, my original, my childhood NES, which was the first thing I filmed for the channel and restoring, it finally needs another pin connector. It's been 6 years? Going on 7? Oh, darn it. Not what I wanted to do at all. And the replacement pin connector that I have is finally bent to the point where I can't bend the pins back. Or at least when I try to, it just airs out now. So, I'm hoping it's just the pin connector. I'm still waiting on that. I just ordered it to get it in. I'm also playtesting a game for someone that they're homebrewing for the NES, so I need to make sure that my top loader, thankfully, is now still working, so I'm using that instead, but I can't stream that one. At least not easily. I do have a VCR over here, but I haven't hooked it up to my new setup. And upscaling RF signals is not a good proposition. What did I do? Yeah, I feel like I was very fortunate with that. There was a company that's specifically playtests like a lot of retro stuff, so they were looking for people who had a lot of retro systems that they could playtest on. And because they wanted to, they specialize in some homebrew projects, some re-releases and things like that, so I mean, to be honest, I can't show you the cartridge, and I'll have to, hold on, I'll have to get rid of one of the brand names, but this is one of the cartridges that I'm playtesting that I have to switch from my childhood NES to my other one with. So, it's an NES game. I can't tell you much more about that until they actually release it, but... It doesn't quite pay all the bills yet, but we'll see if that's something that's, whoops, oh. Wasn't even paying attention when that happened. But like I said, that was one of the goals of the channel, was play video games, get paid. Actually, one of the original goals of my channel was to say that I paid part of my student loans off by playing video games. So I worked on the channel until I got monetized, and yes, the first money I ever got out of the channel, I was able to make part of a payment on my student loans, so... And now here we are 6 years later, student loans are finally paid off, and now I can invest it more in the video game collection and expanding the channel. I remember thinking, too, there were a lot of things that inspired me to start a YouTube channel. I've been kind of thinking about this as I'm coming up on the end of my 6th year and beginning of my 7th year. So I've been doing this now for 6 years. Actually, in 2 days, it'll be 2017 to 2023. How long is that? Now I have to do math in my head. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, that's the end of 6 years. So I'll be done with 6 years on the channel and that. And I remember thinking 6 years ago, I'm like, I'm seeing what other people are doing on YouTube, and I think to myself, I'm like, I'm not really seeing, like, I saw a gap for what I wanted to do. Yeah, anything you do to get paid for what you love? Exactly. I remember I took part of a philosophy from someone who said, it was paraphrased, but He said, don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job that you want. And I took that and adapted it to my philosophy of, so, you know, I definitely love what I do currently. But I was like, if I got paid to do video games, I would love to do that, so in that kind of philosophy, I'm like, well, start the YouTube channel, see where that goes, and because that was like an easy entry point. The fact that someone contacted me and said, hey, we want you to help playtest some of our games, I'm like, that was kind of an amazing thing, and I say ego boosting and yet humbling experience, because there's a lot of things where I'm like, well, I didn't know what I didn't know about this stuff. But thankfully, the people I work for aren't really like ball busters about it or anything like that. They're just looking for feedback, looking for glitches and things like that, which is something I'm apparently very good at. I guess 6 years of reviewing video games online can do that to you. Although I never get like feedback notes on what I send them. So like, oh, we weren't looking for this or oh that. Like sometimes I'll just make comments about, I didn't find this game fun, or oh, I found this game incredibly fun. You know, I do some like reviewing stuff with it. And because they always ask for notes like, if you could improve the gameplay of this game without compromising the core game concept, what would you change? Like, that was a good question, because I'm like, there are several games where I'm like, I wish I could tell people what to change on some of these older games. For example, one of the themes in this game, the original theme, which is the, this is Fever, this is Chill, the other one's Fever. That soundtrack just, oh, it's nails on a chalkboard to me. Oh no, I messed up. Oh, I messed up again. Well, oh, that's gonna be a pain to get back through, but we'll do it. Yeah, I had some time this afternoon, and I was like, well, I've got to capture some gameplay footage, because I need to start making more headway on the Ultimate Super Nintendo review than I have been. And since I'm on vacation, I've been really trying to work through this a lot more while I have time now, because the time's only going to get a lot worse once school picks back up again. And even though this is the middle of summer, this is where I'm like starting to panic and go, uh-oh, school's going to start soon. I need to start getting ready. Or I know teachers will start contacting me about questions. When can I get my online courses set up and all that stuff? It's just, it's definitely a good job, but it takes some time. Often time I don't have enough of. Sure, we've all experienced that at some points, either with jobs or something else. And if it's just me, well, then it's just me. Uh-oh. Like halfway through moving a piece and I forgot where it was going to go. Alright, let's start making progress on some of these other ones. Fixing my mistake from earlier. That was not what I wanted to do, but okay. Didn't do what I wanted it to do. That's what I should say. Good deal. Alright, now we're in the home stretch. Took longer than it should have, but we're getting there. Let's see that comment. Give me a second here. I'm almost done with the level. In the home stretch, and it's one of those things where this is, believe it or not, taking up 100% of my brain power. Puzzle games usually bring that out of me. Or basically show the deficit that's there most of the rest of the time. Oh, I shouldn't. That. And boom. Level 13 done. I may get to level 20. After that, I think there's like a special ending. Hope you get to more time. Oh, I appreciate that. Served in the Army. Oh, well, first off, hang on. Let me pause this for a second. I don't know, right or left. Thank you for your service, sir. Appreciate it. Served in the Army and understand the time aspect. Oh yeah, because you don't get to choose any of your time there, do you? The time is now, right? Oh, I knew I was a distraction. No, you're not a distraction at all. Like I said, I should be able to talk and breathe at the same time, but sometimes it becomes a bit too much. And the problem is, even if I wasn't talking right now or looking at the chat, I would be making these silly mistakes and being like, why did I just do that? Has to be something about getting older, I don't know. One of the first games, and I'm sure some people have had this happen too, as I've gotten a little bit older, I'm like, I know that I can take on any challenge that any game brings me. Like that was my philosophy up until, was it last year or the year before? I dusted off Rock Band, and I knew I was going to be a little rusty. That's kind of a skill that you lose if you're not playing it for a while. But I wasn't getting like any better as I was like warming up and practicing, and all of a sudden I was just like, why am I sucking it up on Rock Band so much? I used to do this on Expert blindfolded, and now it feels like my reflexes have slowed so much that I can't do it. I tried adjusting the lag aspect, and nothing was working. I was just like, oh my gosh, am I getting to that point where I'm now too old that maybe some video games I won't be able to play? And that was a depressing moment for a second. Then I was just like, nah, that can't be it. It's just this game in particular. It's never a problem with the player, correct? Oh no, I have nothing but blue showing? Oh, that was dumb. That. Didn't mean to do that either, so, okay. Hey, Almighty Peanut, welcome to the stream. Before I respond to your question, I did see it there for a second, but I didn't get a chance to fully process it. I will ask, how's your week going so far? I'm on vacation right now, so I had a opportunity to capture some game footage, and I thought, why not just put it live? This is not the Switch. This is the original Super Nintendo. And that's what I'm kind of curious. Is this available on the Switch Online? Because I was just thinking, I'm like, this would be a game that you would want to have on the Switch. Because they don't have Dr. Mario at all on there, do they? It's alright, so hot and humid. I'll ask you, how's the, are you guys getting any of that smog from the Canadian wildfires? It's part of the reason why I'm streaming today is because we've been advised not to go outside if we don't have to. And since I'm on vacation, I can choose whatever I do today. I'm like, hey, you don't need to give me an excuse to game. I will game. Hot, cold, humid, smog. Doesn't matter to me. Understand how to use turbo controllers these days? You know, and that's a valid point, David. I didn't even think about that. I love using turbo controllers now. And I just think that's out of a matter of convenience. I didn't just now until think of it that it could be because I'm getting older and can't possibly keep pressing that button before my arthritis starts kicking in. Don't have arthritis, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be diagnosed with it soon. I'm at higher risk for it because I have pinched nerves in both of my wrists. So this is actually not something I should be doing, but I enjoy doing it so much. I'm like, yeah, I'll lose it sometime, but until then, I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. And of course... what are we doing? Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Saw me streaming the CDI? Yes, that's been a treat. That has been a long time coming. No idea how good it is to finally have a working CDI and to be able to play all those games I invested in a while back. But now the next fun part is, now I gotta start building up my collection quickly enough to get a video out there while the CDI is still relevant. At least relevant to me. I've always prioritized my collecting based on what I'm currently covering, on the channel. Like right now I'm covering the Super Nintendo, so that's where a lot of my collecting was focused on. But I'm almost done with the Super Nintendo, and the next thing I'm going to do is probably those little-known consoles between the two console wars, like the CDI, the Jaguar, the 3DO, all that stuff, so I am blazing through this. Oh, couldn't watch more than 5 minutes? Yeah, that's understandable. I know it's not always convenient when I stream. You do have haze outside? Thought we were over the wildfire smoke. Yeah, it's definitely not. The whole state of Illinois has a red alert condition for weather. In fact, let me look at it now. That was yesterday. Today, let's look at it. I've noticed every once in a while, oh, it's worse. It's worse now than it was yesterday. Air quality alert until 5 a.m. Thursday, 27th. Yeah. Yesterday it was like at 160 something. Today is 247. It has gotten much worse today. So, and we're supposed to have thunderstorms today. We actually did have thunderstorms a bit earlier, and they've lowered the high for today. So, yep, it's definitely not doing that. What's the next CDI game I want to get? The next one I want to get is Hotel Mario. I was talking on stream last time. That just seems to be the consensus of what people want me to get, but I'm definitely need some suggestions on what CDI games I should get, because it's a console I'm not as familiar with, and there is a bunch of, I wouldn't call it junkware. They were fine for the time. They're just not games that you'd want to play today. They're like the American Laser games kind of stuff that are just like, it's a video and a game kind of thing. When the novelty of full motion video in video games was a thing. Oh no. That's where I went. Getting rid of these faster than I can put them out. Really wish, I was gonna say, I really wish I could get rid of that, but I won't be able to. Didn't want to do that, because now that's going to be a problem. Just checked and it's definitely bad. It's a shame because you wanted to finish mowing the yard today. Yep. Since it's not raining, 80 with no humidity. Oh, that'd be a perfect time to mow. Yeah, you're right. I always look for that perfect time. Just after a rain, but when the yard is dry enough and there's no humidity and it's nice and cool out, that's when I like to mow. It doesn't happen too often, because now I'm more or less tied down to when I have time to do it. But I should come clean honest now. I stopped mowing the lawn. Since I work at a high school, I just got one of the kids to do it for me. I have a high school kid that mows my yard. I do compensate him for it. But the whole circumstance of how it came about was just a little odd. It was just out of convenience. They were already mowing a property next to me, which was a rental property. And my yard is so small, they're like, you just want us to mow your yard too? And I was like, sure. I mean, I'm not going to turn down someone saying, hey, do you want me to mow your yard for you? But there was a sticking point of, I had to compensate them. They were like, oh no, it's so small and we're already getting paid for this yard, we'll just mow it. And I'm just like, no, I have to compensate you for it. So we worked out an amount, and I do let them mow my yard for me, but I also pay them for it. And I think part of it was my neighbor was very picky about when I mow my yard. I don't know how she's doing. She wasn't doing so good earlier. And I haven't seen her for a while. And yes, I would be the last person to know if one of my neighbors passed away, but I don't think she has. But she was always very picky about when I mowed my yard because she wanted our yards to be even. And I'm like, I only mow when I have time because my timing and schedule is always booked. Darn it. Put that down so fast. Anyway. Do I have burn cycle for the CDI already? I don't think I do. It's not a name that sounds familiar to me, so that's why I'm off the top of my head. That is not one I have, but I can look up and see what I have in my guide. Oh, that is something I have to look. I actually have to physically look at the collection. It's actually not too far away from where I'm sitting. Because the pricing guide that I use doesn't have all of the CDI games. And I think it's partially because it's more of a video system that became known for gaming. Yeah, I'm not... Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do either. Not making smart choices here. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm not looking forward to it, but whatever. I have to wait till I get a double red to fit in there. Or? Oh, never mind. Double red. Well, this is just coming up all roses now. Oh. Boom! Level 15 done. I may make it to level 20 in this one. Burn Cycle was the quote-unquote system seller. Alright, now I gotta look this up. I've been streaming this for a while. I'm gonna stop that capture because I'm pretty sure I don't need 17 hours of this, but... Oops, go on. Did it close out of the tab? Alright, Burn Cycle. That sounds like a full motion video game. Burn Cycle. For the CDI, no, I don't have it. It's not terribly priced compared to a lot of them either. It's got somebody's face in it. So that's one that a lot of people have. Yeah, because like Hotel Mario is like $100 if I wanted to get it. So, and that's why on the other channel, through the super chat, I'm asking for donations for the more rare and expensive CDI titles. Or I think, I don't know, do I still have Patreon linked to my main channel? It's been forever since I've looked at it. I know I have Patreon on there, but I was thinking of PayPal. Once found a CDI at a Goodwill down the street, $12 about 3 years ago. The had S-Video? I don't know any of those consoles that had an S-Video. But it doesn't mean they didn't have it. CDI with S-Video. It's probably the Magnavox version, actually, if I had to think about it. If your CDI outputs... what did it say? Okay, here's one that has a SCART connector on it, or S-CART. Summers, if your CDI outputs S-Video, you might not want to mod it at all. It already has a sharp enough signal. There we go. If you have a CDI 450 top loader, use this board for RGB modding. Okay, so I can mod it to get it, but mine doesn't have it. That's a Philips CDI, though. The one I have is Magnavox. Definitely FMB. I love FMB games. Yeah, that's... I noticed that right before I found the CDI. Jet Screamer, I'm sorry, Almighty Peanut, because we were... Who was I talking to about that? There's somebody that knows about it in this area. I'm pretty sure... I cannot remember who I was talking to about that. But anyway, that's going to bug me now, because I'm pretty sure it was somebody I should be remembering. Said that they have the Zelda games for them already, but they did not pay what they want for it now. Yeah, one of them, I think the Big Adventure one, that one is over $1,000. So that's definitely going to take some fundraising. I cannot afford to buy that. And my mortgage payment I don't think is even that high. The other ones are more, I'll say more reasonable, but they're still pricey. I think it's like $200 and $300 for the other two. And to top it all off, they're only display pieces, so they're not going to be games that I'm like constantly wanting to play because I've heard they're terrible. I have not played them. I've avoided playing them through emulation for years because I thought to myself, if I ever get a CDI, this is going to be my chance to play those games. And now that I have a CDI that works, I was like, oh, I'm going to start collecting these. And of course, I discovered that they're all like super expensive. May just have to burn a couple. So here's a question. I haven't even looked into this. This is a legit question if you know it. Can you burn CDI games with a regular CD like drive without having to mod a bunch of stuff? Because last I knew, the CDI format was not like very friendly for burning. But again, I haven't done my due diligence and research with that. I have noticed my allergies have been a bit more worked up, and now my voice is starting to get a little raspy. I wonder if that's from the Canadian wildfires. So you said, yes, there's no protection, but I was actually referring to like the CDI format. Because the format of the CDI disc, they can hold more data than a CD-ROM. It's kind of like the Dreamcast and GDR stuff. There's no copy protection on those either, and you can burn them, but with some effort. Like, you actually have to, like, do a bunch of stuff with it, so... 3DO and Sega CD are the same, just burn. I've heard one way or the other with it. I've heard that they're easy to copy, not as easy to play. Turbo Graphics is the same way, but I've heard... Again, I don't know if this is a way to keep you from pirating stuff, even though it's not really pirating if it's a discontinued system, at least in my opinion. I've heard it could damage your system, like it'll mess with the laser or something. And these are just old systems to begin with. The Turbo Duo, I still don't have any problems with mine, and that's how I played some of the more expensive games on there. Because there was absolutely no way I was going to be able to fork out... What's the most expensive game on there? I forgot what it is now. One of the CD games is really up there. So is Magical Chase is the most expensive HuCard game. I remember that. Not remember the most expensive CD game. That's good to know about the 3DO, though, because that's another one. I already have a decent collection of 3DO games, though. There are some games I was looking for at that video game con over the weekend. Illinois Game Con. There were some games I was looking for there. They had some 3DO selections, but they were like... I don't know. The pricing to me was a little too high. They had them priced like they know that people aren't going to find 3DO titles in this area. That's the only way I can say it. It wasn't even like eBay pricing. It was like, we know you'll never find these titles in your area, so that's what you're paying for. Ironically, I didn't even have to leave my hometown to get my the 3DO collection I have so far. Not at all. That's what I want. Hello. Here I'm just chucking the pills over. Not even thinking. Mario is again in jeopardy of losing his medical license due to overuse of prescription medication. There we go. Sid meets terraforming? That could be it. I just cannot remember which one is the most expensive. Let's see if I had the guide up, if it'll tell me. Do I go to video games? No, actually I gotta go to, yeah. Video games, other... There's 3DO, because I'm sure that's going to come up again. TurboGrafx 16, is that where it would show up, or is it going to be Turbo CD? It's going to be Turbo CD. The Turbo Express is getting up there too, but oh, the price on that actually came back down. Yeah, Magical Chase complete inbox is $7,300. Chances are I'm never going to have that one in person. Unless I win the lottery. It's kind of like that meme. If I win the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there will be signs. I'll have a copy of Magical Chase in my collection. Let's go to... Let's just type in terraforming. Terraforming. Which is interesting. That game is not anything like I thought it would be. That game is expensive. It says $1,700 almost. TurboGrafx CD. You are correct. No, it is not the most expensive. Most expensive loose. Super Arizonk is the most expensive CD. That's the one I remember. No way I was going to pay... How much was it back then? 2 years ago? Before all the craziness of post-pandemic? Yeah, 2 years ago, it was a very much more reasonable $1,300 when I tried to collect it. I was like, oh, well, that's never going to happen. And now it's up to like, the highest it ever was $3,800. Now it's $2,600. So, I mean, the whole market kind of had this weird whiplash effect. The pandemic made it skyrocket. And 2022, it went up again. And now this year, I don't know if it's because of inflation or whatnot, but it's gone back down. I've noticed the trend in every system of collecting. GameCube got hit pretty hard too in terms of like escalating values. Oh, this is going to be tough. Can't make any mistakes at the beginning. So it has been a roller coaster for physical collectors over the past few years. Thankfully, all of my Neo Geo collecting was done before all that happened because it was expensive. But there were some things I'm like, all right, I'm going to try for this one. I'm going to try for that one. I put in some lowball offers and things like that, like trying every trick I could just to get some games physically. And then I ended up getting a Neo SD, which is far above and beyond worth it. Oh no, oh no. So I have a decent amount of those games, but I mean, I didn't pay over $100 for any of the games that I have. There's a couple that I did actually, but that was like my rule, is I don't want to spend more than $100 on any of the games for the Neo Geo, if I can help it. So a lot of Japanese ones. I have one that I suspect is a reproduction, which again, I can't tell for sure, so if I ever went to resell it, I wouldn't say this is original. I'd be like, I don't know how I would phrase it. I wouldn't say I suspect, I would say likely not original. But the fact that I even own a Neo Geo at some point to actually have that problem is still kind of a... That reality still hasn't fully sunk into me. Nice to seeing you diversifying your portfolio with CDI games and other disc-based consoles at least. Oh yes. It is, I don't really, specifically focus on any console, like I said, except for what I'm currently covering on the channel. And I have the feeling the CDI is probably going to be the next one. Although my collection is lacking very severely with that, so it could take a while before I can cover the CDI. And the only reason that makes me think that one's going to be next after the Super Nintendo and the 16-bit war is because that was the console that released next. After the everything in the 16-bit era, 1990, CDI came out. That was a happy accident. Did I go AES or MVS? That is a great question. I didn't know when I first started collecting that there was even going to be a difference. But I went with AES only because that's the opportunity that presented itself to me. The local retro game store in my area had a Neo Geo, Japanese Neo Geo AES, and I launched at the opportunity to grab it. I was shocked at the price they had on it, which, you know, even including like the Japanese market not being as valuable as the North American market stuff, it was still a very good price on their system. And they were very much like, hey, you know, we tried to test this. They had some games there they tested it with. They're like, it works. But they were like, hey, if you have any issues, come in, let us know. Thankfully, I haven't had a single issue with the system. The only thing I had that didn't work on it was I tried to get an MVS multi-cart, and then I got an MVS adapter to make MVS games work on the AES, and it doesn't work with the multi-cart. It works with regular MVS games, but not that. So that's the biggest thing. There's a lot of confusing things about collecting for the Neo Geo that I've learned in a trial by fire. Oh, that was not fun either. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not an expert, but here's, you know, when I was trying to collect stuff for it, here was my experience. That's kind of what I wanted to put out there. So hopefully some of the mistakes that maybe I shouldn't have made, other people won't be confused and make as well. That was kind of my goal with that. And then another thing too, I had no idea that, like, reproductions with the Neo Geo is insane. There was a lot of piracy with the Neo Geo. So, and all those pirated copies are just as old, so they could look legitimate. Like, I'm sure there are several people who have reproductions of Neo Geo games in their collections that have no idea they have a reproduction. It's literally like nothing else I've experienced on any other console. There are some where I'm like, maybe I have some that I'm not aware of, but I've been around the block a few times to notice if I have some reproductions. I know a lot of the common tricks. But, I mean, they've been pirating Neo Geo games since the Neo Geo came out. So even the old fakes look original. And what I mean by an old fake, so what they do is they take the MVS boards and they repurpose them into an AES cartridge because they've always been more valuable as the AES version. And so they'll reproduce the sticker, they'll take chips off the MVS board, put in the AES board, and technically speaking, the versions shouldn't be too much different except for one's expecting quarters and the other one's not. So it doesn't take much to do that, but you can fake it and make people think they're getting an authentic AES cart when they're really getting a converted MVS cart. So that's the thing. So if you don't know anything about the differences between the two systems, I had to learn that really quick when I went to collect. Because I was just like, I was seeing a whole bunch of these and I was like, this doesn't look right. And they're saying, oh yeah, AES carts. Some of the sellers were very honest and said, we have repurposed this. This was an MVS cart. A lot of them, but there are a lot of them that are like, hey, if I can get more money by saying this is a AES cart that's original, then more power to them. So they'll say it was an original cartridge, but what they don't tell you is that it's a repurposed cartridge. Alright, 90,500. There's only a few levels to go before I hit the threshold needed to see the ending. First time Almighty Peanut ever saw a Neo Geo was at a game show, on the game show Video Power. Love that show as a kid. I had never seen that. I heard about the Neo Geo probably in the Ultimate History of Video Games. That's where a lot of these systems I learned about that weren't as popular. I learned a lot of that stuff on there. You said now you have a Neo SD. Did I review that product? David, I did not review it. But yes, I do have a Neo SD. I have not done a review on it. It's kind of the same thing. I haven't done a review. I have a couple of EverDrives as well. In fact, and here's something I'm going to let you know. The game you're viewing right now, I do have a physical copy. But to save my systems and to save my collection, you're viewing this from this is my Super EverDrive. Actually, it's called FX Pack Pro. They've rebranded it. So I'm starting to get EverDrives for these because I'm like, especially for streaming, because I can switch games on the fly. I don't have to get up, grab the cartridge, bring it over. I can keep my collection where it's at as the display piece it's meant to be. I used to care more about playing it on the original cartridge, but now that those save batteries are starting to get dead, I'm not having as much fun with them. I don't always play with the EverDrive, though. Or like the Neo SD, I still play... yeah. There we go. I still play games on the original cartridge when I can, like on the Neo Geo is another one that I do that with a lot. if I have the original cartridge, because it's such a rarity, I'll play it on the original cartridge. But I get them now more or less out of convenience. They're more portable. I can bring my library with me when I take these retro systems everywhere. It's just kind of neat. And thanks to one of the clone consoles that I have, I can rip my own ROMs. It is a tedious process, and I understand why some people don't want to do it. But this is ripped from my actual cartridge. So... But I will say this, in terms of the multi-cart versus the Neo SD, the Neo SD is expensive, but it was well worth the money because it just works. You can set the region differences on it. I mean, it's been the best investment in my Neo Geo that I've ever done. I've had some people tell me, though, they're like, oh, why don't you just give it up and start emulating the thing then if you're just going to do that? I'm like, well... That's a great point, but I do like playing on original hardware when I can, and since the original hardware is more or less inaccessible due to the pricing, I'd rather just, like I said, spend $500 on one game that plays them all than spend $10,000 a game, which I don't have $10,000 a game to spend. I know I seem to focus on the criticism sometimes a bit too much too, so I try not to hyper-focus on those things, but I definitely... Like I said, because of some of the videos that I do, I also justify it with that. I'm like, when I started doing like the 8-bit war, one of my biggest criticisms were like, oh, you didn't include this game, or you didn't include that game. I'm like, I don't have it, I can't review it. They're like, oh, why don't you just throw it on an emulator? And then I have several other people tell me, oh, why don't you have those games? It's like, and there are other people like, oh, you need to only play on original hardware. Playing on emulator sucks. I'm like, everyone's got their own opinion with it, and there is no right answer to it. But I also think to myself, how do I want to play these games, and what makes most sense to me, and that's what does. So, to me. So I recommend it, and there are some people who will be like, oh, you shouldn't be recommending that, but I'm like, hey, I'm recommending it because it's my preference, and it's what I prefer. So if I didn't like that preference, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm making progress on one side of the screen, but not at all on the other side. I completely messed that one up. Yeah. Messed that one up a lot. Well, that made me feel smarter for a second. Now I'm all out of options. I have to do that. That mistake, so I can do this. That's ultimately your goal as well, is that to collect as many physically as you can, but then do a Neo SD for the ones that are like insanely expensive. Because that's part of the thing too, being a functional collector, which is few and far between now, it feels like a lot of people, especially, I don't want to say especially younger crowd, I've noticed the younger crowd really likes to collect retro games like they collect pop figures. It'll be a display piece, like they're very passionate about the gaming side of it, but the only reason why they want the old games on the original platform is for the value. Kind of like pop figures and stuff like that. It's going to be a display piece, and they want it to appreciate in value. But that I noticed that with someone who I know, who's of the younger generation. I know a lot of people who like they know I'm into retro gaming, so kids like to talk to me about it all the time. But that's kind of my big thing is, I'm collecting because I want to play the games, and there is no game to me that's worth more than an entire PlayStation 5 to play. It's only worth that much because of rarity or like I said, the perceived value is high. That's why I said like those Zelda games, we were just talking about those a little bit ago. Those are not fun to play. They're not good. It could be one of those things where it's so bad it's good kind of thing, but none of them should be worth more than a PlayStation 5 console. unless you want it as a display piece, unless you want it for the investment or for the value. And that's just, like I said, that's not why I'm collecting. What I used to collect for, actually, the whole thing that got me into retro gaming to begin with was the fact that it was cheap. That's another thing too, is that retro gaming made some things accessible to people who are on a budget. So, like, does anyone here remember the days of collecting Super Nintendo games for 99 cents each, and if it was a valuable title, maybe you'd pay 20 bucks for it? That didn't get me as far as I wanted. Yep, now I'm just... waiting for the perfect pill combination. Giving me all these useless pills, Mario. What are you thinking? Useless. Useless. Use that. So this is why Mario needs to have his medical license revoked. Oh, no super chat here. YouTube does take a portion of your super chats. Yes, they do, but here's the way I look at it, Almighty Peanut. That's the price I pay for the ability to accept super chats. Because I get 0% of everything if super chat didn't exist. So there is that. Use EverDrives to preserve hardware. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. Yep. I definitely appreciate that. And like I said, the Neo Geo, that's a system that is so... like I said, I don't want to say valuable. It's rare. It's one of those things that's valuable because it's rare, but it's also, I mean, it's an arcade board on there too. Mine didn't really need any maintenance either, so we got that. Now you sound like a junkie waiting for the perfect pill package. Yes, that's what I said. Mario is definitely a friend of the drug addict. He's standing in the corner. Hey, you wanted the pills? I got the pill that can solve everything. Or I'm sorry, he sounds more like Chris Pratt, but I can't do a Chris Pratt impression. Oh, it took 2. Look at that. I had 102,200 as the score. All right, I'm gonna start from 19, but that was terrible. Oh, well, of all the luck. Before I could even register how the pill was facing, it was already a done deal. Yep. That is tougher than I remember. This should be easier. I say that right before I fail. Let's get those out of there. This could be a successful run. Or I could screw it up royal. Getting better. That's fine. I actually forgot to look because when I entered that into my collection list, I usually like to try to see exactly how many consoles I have in my collection. I forgot what that brings me up to. I had over 60 consoles in my collection before this, before the CDI. Oh, that's terrible. I need to think about where I'm going to put this. That's it. I just failed. No way to recover from that, is there? I is this one giving me so much trouble all of a sudden? No way to recover from that one either, unless I attack that blue guy from the side. Dangerous. This is also dangerous. That's really dangerous. Can I get it? That was so close to not being there, it wasn't even funny. Taking off, take care, nice yeah, nice chatting with you. Thanks for coming in, David. Like that better. I think I solved my problem. A double blue, I don't care where it comes from. Yeah. All right, that's looking a little better. Alright, I don't want to call it too early, but I think I'm going to be able to beat this level now. That's it, I'm out of bread. That doesn't solve my problem at all, it just replaces it. No good options for this. Solve it. Why did I just do that? Why didn't I notice it till just after I did it? I didn't get the last legitimate red guy, and now he's gone. Nice. I think we're just about there. One of the few times that Mario actually gives me what I need. Now we got it. '84 virus to take care of. This is the final level before the ending, I believe. It's close. That was also very close. That's nice. That'll work. Oh, as long as I got some breathing room up there, then I can get through the rest of this. There we go. I think that'll do it. That should be able to get me through the rest of this. Don't want to call it too early though, like I had before. Were I still taking time off from streaming this summer? So, yes and no. From streaming, no, I'm going to say probably not. I've actually been taking the time instead, since I have time off now. I was going to take some time off just from everything, and again, I've tried planning this for the last 2 years now. Because I've had some gaps in my work schedules that kind of aligned, but each time something always comes up. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to be working at all, or if I'm going to be doing something else at all, I might as well be streaming as well, because the streaming part is part of the fun time, right? So The answer is I planned it, and as soon as like 3 things came up where I'm like, I'm still going to be working during this time period, like if I'm going to be working, I'm going to be streaming, so I've kind of backed off from that. There probably will be a gap in streaming sometime before the end of summer, but it'll be as work is picking up and I won't have as much time to stream. So that's why I said kind of yes and no. I was planning it to be, like right now, it wasn't going to be the time. It was going to be the last 2 or 3 weeks of June, first 2 or 3 weeks of July. But instead, it's just going to be, as time allows, I'll continue to stream, and we'll go from there. But yeah. Like I said, just trying to get ahead on projects so that when I don't have time to work on them, then you guys will still have stuff going out. Or you'll still have some videos to watch. And the using work smart, not hard kind of thing. Well, I guess I'll ask you all my opinion. Are you taking any time off either this summer or later on this year? It's good to get a break every once in a while. Not liking where this is going. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, this is looking a little bit better. I was going to end up with a situation like I did in the last level. Why did I just do that? Did I go colorblind for a second? Of course, yep, Mario's gonna keep giving me all the pieces I need now. Ah, I just did it again. Oops, I did it again. Nope. There we go. Just went to Iceland for a week, sans kids. Oh, that's nice. I will ask, how was it, and what'd you end up doing? That's the only break. Hey, more than what some people get. There it is. And we get to see the game's ending. Congratulations, virus level 20, speed low. We didn't get it in one shot like I was planning. Level 19 proved a little bit more difficult, just second to the end. I just start over? That was a hard transition to start for the loop. Yes, it does. Yep. I'm okay with that. Alright, believe it or not, still not done with this game. How long have I been streaming this game so far? Haven't even looked. 2 hours and 6 minutes I've been streaming nothing but Tetris and Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario more than Tetris, but there's one more version of something I haven't done on this cartridge yet. It was good. Had a friend's wedding, but did all the tourist stuff. Glaciers, waterfalls. That'd be kind of nice. I'd love to go visit that place sometime. Sadly, don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. They have some of the best food you've ever tasted. Nice. Oh, black sand beaches. Perfect. Hopefully I can live vicariously through you for that experience before I can get there. So then there's this mixed match mode. Whatever this is. I think it's just Tetris and then Dr. Mario and then back to Tetris, so we'll see. I want easy. Playtime. Let's go 3. I don't know what the difference is between all those. Oh, this kind of reminds me of, not Tetris Attack, another version of Tetris. Is this only available to be played 2-player? Like the computer won't play against me? Now the goal is, can I get there before my opponent sacrifices himself? That's it. Either this is the easy handicap, or they can't play. You can only play this 2-player. Oh, I did that backwards. Not the first time, won't be the last. Okay. Okay. That's the mix and match mode. That's what I said. This must be 2-player only. I'll have to look at the options and see what it says. That's it. Yeah. It's only 2-player. But anyway, that's mix and match. I guess we can only do that 2-player. But the other 2 games looks like 1-player only. Did I just cough in the microphone and then mute it? Oh my gosh. Must be getting lethargic in the afternoon. I missed my nap. Alright, so I cannot remember. I don't think I have a, yeah. So when I switch games on this stream, I have to, like, basically I'm going to disappear for a second, but I'm just switching games. I'll be right back. See? Simple. This is a game I used to play on PC, actually, more than on console. I didn't know it had a console port for a while. But this is another... I'm on the puzzle and strategy kind of game. But this is Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games, which, again, I was a kid when this movie came out, so that's why I've played this a lot. But there's like a whole animated cutscene they cut out of this. A lot of animations are gone, and I think one of the games is missing. The game that's based on Puyo Puyo is missing out of here. I don't know if that was a licensing thing or what. I'm given a mouse. I can click on whichever one I want. I'm going to start with Jungle Pinball because that was my favorite back in the day. Hippo Hop is like Frogger. This is like a little mini-game collection of a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, a lot of sound effects are missing. Shoulder buttons on the controller are what controls those. Okay, hang on. Where's my tilt? Oh, look at that. That happens a lot on this version of the game, if I'm correct. That just barely happens to me on the PC version. If I'm right, I think they got the physics a little messed up. Yep. And like the ball gravitates to the hole a lot more than it does in there. And it's not giving me any like points. Yeah. Like those two poles, they're supposed to like violently... I was gonna get grub. And now like it's just gonna go on that hole. Because yeah, those there, it did it there. That's supposed to like keep the ball from going in it as easily as it does. There, we got it. What? Oh, I actually got a bonus that time. Yeah. This is much more fun on the PC version, or at least much more fun in my childhood. Play again? No. Let's try Hippo Hop. I should have more fun with that one. That sounds about right. It's like a kid-friendly version of a Frogger. And then I gotta start making my way back. That was close. Now I gotta ring the bell, and there's the next dish. See? There's so much of a delay from when you click to go. Come on. Oh, it was right there. I just missed it. In the PC version, the original voices of Timon and Pumbaa actually talk to you while you're doing this. You got an at-games pinball machine. Stock tables aren't horrible, especially with the sale price it was at. Yeah, that doesn't sound terrible. There it is. The graphics are heavily compressed, but it doesn't look as terrible as I was thinking it would. Alright, and that's it. Now I gotta do this all over again. Oh yeah. There's a snake on that log that automatically launches me into the one in front of it. I can't remember if you can actually ride that snake or not. There he is. Oh no, I didn't get the right food. Oh, that was not... I forgot he turns, he doesn't just jump back. I gotta collect the food again. Just a couple of things they did in this game to keep it from being, like, great. There we go. Oh, I've got to actually jump on the snake. And last time that didn't work out, so... I've got to hope there's a very narrow window to actually make it there. Good. Sometimes there's very large gaps, like right after that, I didn't have a chance. I would have died. Alright, there, you gotta be careful. Hyena wanna come and get you. Oh, there's some tremendous slowdown right now as soon as that hyena showed up. Nope, it's just the whole thing is slowed down. And there's some sprite flickering. I didn't realize this was going to be pushing the system to its limits, but it is. Poorly optimized. They knew that there was a very small audience of people that would be playing this on the Super Nintendo. Again, I had this on PC. I had no idea they released it on the Super Nintendo. So if I collect the egg, the vulture will bring me back and I don't have to walk back on my own, so... This is the last one, though. There you are. I don't want the turtle. The slowdown in this game is really bugging me. Come on, go. I was like, go away. And there's a timer, so you can, if you take too much time, you also die on this one. What? A frog comes up and just... Yeah, I'm just gonna end it. So the goal is you're bringing food to Pumbaa's party across this river. But you can't tell that from this game because they don't have any voices, it sounds like, in it. Alright, so that was Hippo Hop. Let's try... Oh, Sling Shooter's gotta be tough. We got 2 more to do. Let's do Burper. Yes, the frog comes up in the game of Frogger in Hippo Hop. The frog is a distraction. Oh, this game's gonna be terrible. Oh! So this game's kind of like, is it Defender? Or, I'm trying to think of what it is. Like Astro Smash on the Intellivision. How about that? And Pumbaa does not move fast enough to hit a lot of these things that are moving. Wow. Do I have to start all over? I have 2 bugs left, it says. Yep, got a star all over. The hitbox around this is not very forgiving. Can't hit the monkeys at all. Somehow the fruit also counts as a bug. There we go. Made it through one level. I was gonna say I need to get out. That was kind of terrible. I didn't know how I'd like this game. I'm really beginning to think I do not like it. Used to like it. Sling shooter. Oh my gosh, there was a tiger that came out of there. Careful of the tiger. Or leopard. Or whatever that was supposed to be. Yeah, this is supposed to be played with a mouse. But it's like a light gun shooter. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to hit that guy. There's some animal buddies you're not supposed to hit. And you're not supposed to hit Timon or Pumbaa. Hitboxes on this one's terrible too. And then it just speeds up from here, I think. And I can possibly run out of ammunition. Say, for a kid back in the day, this wouldn't have been too bad. An adult today, not as fun. Didn't know if that was an animal buddy I was supposed to hit or not. I'm assuming snakes are bad. Snakes are bad, okay. Better at this one than all the other games, actually. I thought this was going to be the one I hated the most, so I saved it till last. This thing. These are the member berries. Who'd have thought they would have had member berries in a game from 1997, I want to say they put this out in? Oh, yeah, I need to hit those. As if I don't hit those, I think they eventually come and attack me. Anyway, I think we got the gist of this game, right? Alright. Enough of those. I think I got time for maybe one more. How long have I been streaming so far? Try not to go over 3 hours. 2.5? Oh yeah, we got a little bit of time. I guess I'll say, Almighty Peanut, if you're still there, do you have a request for what you want me to do next? From the Super Nintendo, because that's what's hooked up. I mean, I do have the Switch hooked up, but I don't have any games on it. While you're typing that in the chat, I'm going to start scrolling through and see what my options actually are. I would say anything on the Super Nintendo. Anything you can think of, if I have it, I'll stream it. And actually, while you're typing that in as well, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick restroom break since I'm almost out of water. Complete the second half of that delivery system. Is that hilarious? Is my mic still on this? That's supposed to be muted. Hilarious. Probably heard me just clear my throat there, son. I just saw the equalizer on there. Alright, I'm hearing Super Punch-Out. Oh, I didn't even load it up yet. Hang on. It's kind of funny I have that on there. Not supposed to include it. So, Super Punch-Out it is. This one's actually one I have not captured yet. So, and this will be for sports games. You've probably been looking forward to this for a while. Oh, Stefan says Super Noah's Ark 3D. If I get through this quickly enough time, I'll at least do the first little bit of that. That's a fine game. Defending yourself is important. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's see how much I remember. We're going to call this player 1 start, PLA. Let's just go with PLA. Oh, I can actually fit it. Oh. All right. Let's see if I can get my reflexes in here. Let's see if Gabby J will probably get a bunch of punches in, and he's supposed to be the easiest one, right? Yay! Oops. How do I do that? There it is. So how do I do the super punch? I want to press start like you do in a regular Punch-Out. I forgot about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. He ain't getting up from that. Bet you he's down. 56 years old. He's as old as I feel. I'm sure there's a special skill thing where you can get a TKO on this one, but... Oh yeah, I'm like, how do I get a high score of 16,000 on here? Oh! A new record, 42,610. Oh, look at, oh, I've already played this on here. Did I stream this already? I beat my best time by 10 tenths of a second. I guess no, that's 1/10 of a second. Been wanting to play this again. So if you attack the super punch repeated, it does the rapid super. Oh, I'll have to try it. I don't know if I can do it on Bear Hugger though. Bear Hugger. This game, I don't have as much nostalgia for this one as I do for regular Punch-Out. Oh. Alright, is it still the, Yep, to regain your health. Oh. Okay, this guy's not as bad as I remember him being. I remember him being like King Hippo. Like, different than every other character in the game. Oh! He's down. He's done. And 3 full bars of health. I remember surprisingly a lot about this game. New record. 4 rests. Ah, didn't beat my previous record. I'm very curious. I'm surprised I played this on this cartridge before. Piston Hurricane. Is he like Piston Honda? Piston Hurricane. Fight. Oh, he hit me too. Oh, I thought I was going to get him. I remember this. I don't remember this. 1, 2, fight. Say, how many times is he going to do that one move? Alright. And we're playing around. You're right, he does a rapid fire. Oh, I lost my super punch. There we go. That's a TKO. I struggle with that one a little bit, admittedly, but I'm kind of surprised. He knocked me down once. So I don't remember everything about these fights. Ah, no time bonus? I wonder what happens if I go into another round. New record? Oh yeah, see, the last time I did this, I knocked him out in 32 seconds. So I remembered something that time. Oh yes, Bald Bull. He's probably the same as he was the last time.
Bald Bull. Fight.
Ah. But he's weak to his stomach. How is he hitting me at the same time I hit him? Okay, that's something. He didn't even do his bull charge yet.
3, 4, 5. Fight.
There it is. Oh, too early.
1, 2. Fight.
That's what I say. He's weak to his stomach. I remember that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fight.
Ah, I was too late.
1, 2.
Too early, then too late. There we go. Got him that time. I was getting nervous, to be honest. Oh.
Too close. Right on.
Oh. I was going to say, that's probably not going to do much for my score. I was going to say, I took away all my rest. Oh, that's the end of the league. Ooh. 191, 480. Is that a good score? I did better before, apparently. Not by too much, though. No, I've done better in this circuit before, so my best score on this is 221, 470. I'm sure that can be easily beaten. Congratulations, major circuit clear. If I'm gonna do Super Noah's Ark 3D, I should probably switch over now. Quit while I'm ahead. Let's see what the major circuit's like. Oh, I do not remember him at all.
Up, Charlie. Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
Fight. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 1
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm glad I remembered his special move there. I'm going off of memory here, that's been a long time. We're doing good. Better than I thought we'd do in this match. What's up? TKO. Ooh. Let's see if I beat my record from the last time on this one. Is this available on the Switch as well? That's gonna be hard for me to remember. New record. See how far up I am. There's no other record on this, so this is probably the first time I played. Okay, that makes sense. I don't remember playing this on the EverDrive at all before. But I must have 1 minute. So not the best, but in the top 3. You'll find yourself face down when you wake up. Dragon Chan. Oh! Are you allowed to kick in boxing? There we go.
1, 2, fight!
Oh, he knocked me down. Didn't realize how much damage his punches were dealing. Oh, he can just rejuvenate himself like that? Oh! Oh, I can't duck. I gotta go to the other side.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't think I'm gonna get this guy in one go. Yep, that's it. TKO. Got farther than I thought I would before getting knocked out. Well, of course no bonus. Alright, Super Noah's Ark 3D we're thinking? I mean, I could go on with this one, but... Let me switch back. There we go. There's the part where I can actually still be on here without having to say I'm going to be right back. Super Noah's Ark 3D. Let's see if I have it. I think I do. Well, what do you know? I do have it. What's funny is the last time I was talking about this game to somebody, it was a kid who had no idea that this was made and that this game exists. Wisdom Tree, didn't they officially source the engine from id, or id was like, we love this game so much we're going to let you... Oh, why is this so dark? Let's go with easy. Start. There's mouse support. You'll be out of the Ark in 6 days, Noah. Unfortunately, the animals are a tad bit restless and want to get out now. Good thing you brought all that food with you. You'll need it to put the busy ones to sleep. At the end of the first day, be prepared to deal with Carl the camel. He's been real cranky. He's been real cranky lately and a bit out of control. Good luck and be careful. Oh, yeah. Man, these things come right up on you. Nice. That's the way I came in, right? So this is the way I want to go out? Nope, it's the only way out. I do like that they're mindful of the animals. They don't kill the animals, they just... put them to sleep. Oh. Is that a cow? Oh. I would have thought that a stealth is... Oh, health is 81%. I thought it said stealth. Oh. Going up top. Oh, that's it. I beat the first level. Look at that. There's the floor code if you ever want to look at it. Animals, 46%. Fruits, no secrets. What a world that we live in that this game exists. Where are you? Frame rates struggles sometimes. Apparently these things are able to bite me from whatever distance they're at. Door's locked. No one needs a semi-automatic slingshot. This is it? This is just a kill room? There's no other purpose to this room? Fine. Been down here before. There's the key. Missed it at the very beginning. That's the kill room. How did I get in here? Is there a map? Where are you? No way out of there. Where's the exit? Apparently that was just a secret. That's the kill room. Yep, that's the kill room. Entrance, so if I go this way. He's moving. I'm gonna have nightmares about this game tonight. I like how they still kept the same sound effect for when you get shot from what they use in Wolfenstein and Doom. I like how he puts them to sleep. Their eternal sleep. There it is. 2 levels down. And I think we're coming up on the end of 3 hours. Let's try one more. Oh. Maxed out on feed. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's the camel. that Noah's picture? Noah took the place of Hitler. All feed and no health. Oh no! Camel got Noah. And is that it? Does the system just lock up then and then you have to reset? Well, I made it as far as I could before I died. Maybe start button? Start button. Well, I think that's all the time I was going to stream tonight, since I had a little extra time. I do have plans for dinner, so thanks everyone who came in and joined me on this impromptu afternoon Wednesday evening afternoon stream. Yeah, still video coming out tomorrow. I did get the video done for tomorrow, so which one is it that I just finished? Man, that is terrible. The video that comes out tomorrow should be Super Nintendo related. I think it's the second part of Running Guns, if I'm not mistaken. No, it is not. I forgot. The video I have coming out tomorrow has changed because I went to Illinois GameCon, and so that's going to be my Game Finds video for GameCon. You'll see the CDI featured. I got another console that was there, some controllers. Yep, and I'll kind of preview what I looked through at the event, so if you guys are so inclined, noon tomorrow, that video should launch and drop, as long as the upload process goes seamlessly. Otherwise, that's all I got for today. Same Sunday night stream will be on the regular channel again. I don't think I have anything planned for this week. I do have my PS5 hooked up down here, because I do want to play Final Fantasy 16, like, launch, not launch. First time I play it, I want it to be on stream, so we'll have to do that sometime. I don't know if that'll be on Sunday or not. Kind of up to how I'm feeling when I go then. I could stream it earlier, I could not. Anywho, that's all I got for tonight. So again, thanks for everyone who came in. Almighty Peanut, you were here for a while. Stefan, you were here towards the end. Thanks for the suggestion for, excuse me, Supernova's Arc 3D. Jet Screamer, you were here for a little while at the beginning. And I guess if you guys don't, I'm sorry, not if you guys don't have a great night. I said I hope you guys have a great night. And if I don't see you on Thursday, I'll see you guys hopefully on Sunday. Have a great night, everybody.